If earth peace is to herald the dawn of the new age, realize that
Humanity is one's only religion, breath one's only prayer, and consciousness one's only God.
a Siddha by birth, Yogiraj Siddhanath was born on the 10th of May 1944. He is descended from the ancient Solar dynasties of Ikshvaku Ram, custodians of the science of Kriya Yoga. Educated in Sherwood College, Nainital, he spent his early years in the Himalayas with the great Nath Yogi, in whose presence he was transformed. The divine transformation flowered after his deep and personal experience with Shiv Goraksha Babaji. Blessed with this direct experience, Yogiraj Siddhanath has crystallized the essence of this wisdom of the oldest of yogic traditions, the Nath Sampradaya, into the teachings, practices, and services performed by the Hamsa Yoga Sangh.
We do have a good support system that wherever we go in the United States of America or Switzerland or Italy, we have teachers who can give you the support system and teach you and guide all newcomers. In India also we have a good support system. And of course, principally, I am not a teacher, since I do not teach. A master does not teach. He gives the direct experience. You see, the teacher teaches very systematically and in an organized way. The master catches you, he shakes you and he wakes you up. So I'm a waker, movers and shakers.
Hamsa Yoga Sangh conducts body-mind-soul integration seminars and workshops for professionals, youth, and school children, where the simple yet highly effective yogi techniques perfected by Yogiraj are taught. Their practice brings in a rapid inner transformation, which helps the practitioner realize his true potential. Quite simply and effortlessly, Yogiraj reveals to the initiated and the uninitiated alike how, at the level of consciousness, all humanity is one. Thus, acting as a catalyst for positive change and towards inner transformation, Hamsa Yoga Sangh helps you witness your innermost self flowering and evolving into a newer being. Let not precious moments slip by. Seek now the ultimate truth. Jiva Hamsa, spread your wings to fly, immortal realms which death defy.
Hair, you can dye it any color, it doesn't matter. Only when you come to the third chakra, it doesn't matter, because the bodily clothes where the major 6 chakras are, where the karma is lodged, that must be clear. Hence you must wear white apparel. That is the closest to what the yogis wear. We yogis in the jungle just have a white apparel, or we just bare body. Or the saffron is very good, but you're not authorized to wear saffron. I can wear saffron when I'm in a state of yoga. But everybody cannot, like they do, wear saffron cheaply. So white is the dress where the transmission is spiritually most effective. And therefore, if you all wear white, I shall be very grateful. You shall make your work easier, and you shall make my work easier too. So it's very important that this is done. I suppose I should start now, because people will keep trickling in till 11 in the night. Please hurry up. And sit this side to balance the energy. Sit here. One of you sit this side. There's already an asana there. Sit on that. There. You must persevere. Maybe I cannot give it to you fast. In America, they want two things. First, they want benchmarks as to how much they are progressing in how many minutes. It's the nature of the linear mind. It's not bad, neither it is good. It's the way the mind is set up. Secondly, they want it now. Now. You can't get it now. If they don't get it now, they cry. So you have to control and train yourself not to cry and persevere. And I told someone, either you get it in this life or next. They said, oh my, next, we have to wait till next life? I said, yes, people have been waiting for many, many lives. Hundreds and thousands of lives. And then what if you don't want to wait? If you don't want to wait, you don't get it. Is there any shortcut? No, there isn't. But is there any way to speed up the process and do it with an intensity that can reduce a million years to 1,000 years, 100 years, 50 years, 25 years, 12 years, 6 years and 3 years? Yes, there is. It is called the Shiva Shakti Kriya Yoga. It is called the Vajrayana. It is called the lightning path. This is what I am teaching you. And I tend to teach it to you in a proper way, in witness of these great masters who are themselves the masters of Kriya Yoga. But they taught it as Vajrayana, as the lightning path. Now Padmasambhava was not only the greatest of miracle and wonder workers of all times, along with Shiv Goraksha Babaji, Gorakshanath, but he was an enlightened being and he taught the enlightened path. He himself being enlightened. But today what is happening in Nepal and in Tibet, that the shrines of Gorakshanath and Padmasambhava are being mixed up into one shrine. It appears that the Goraksha temples seem to be predating the Padmasambhava temples in Nepal, and where they have put a statue of Padmasambhava inside, outside it is written Gorakh Gufa. It is carved in the stone. So the people who come from Tibet cannot read Nepali and this thing. It is written Gorakh Gufa, and inside the Aarti of Padmasambhava is going on. So they seem to be one, they seem to be fusing. Men make a lot of mistakes and bungles. They bungle up. That's why I tell everyone, when you learn the sacred science, when I teach you the sacred science tomorrow, please keep it in your pristine purity. It is between you and me that we are sacred. No third person need. You need not tell them, but if they are initiated, you can tell them on the same path. If there is any difficulty, you must ask me. Okay? You cannot go to Rinpoche. You must come to this Rinpoche. Okay? Because if there's any difficulty in music, da-da-da, you say da-da-da, and you can't get re-mi. If you can't get me, you don't go to the math teacher. You come to the music master, right? Is that right? Mm-hmm. Although they both, the math teacher, the math guru and the music guru, both are in Berkeley University. Okay? But you go to the music guru for music and the math guru for math, right? So if there is what I have taught you, if there's any difficulty in that, you come to me. People have often told me that my teachings are very difficult, although in spite of me trying to simplify them. So these are the 4 yogas, and the final of them is the Raj Yoga. And what is the state When you are accomplished in the royal science of Raj Yoga, which I'm teaching as the Shiva Shakti Kriya, it is a pathway to the Raj Yoga. What is the final state of the Raj Yoga? This is technically a fusion, as I have explained before, between Hatha Yoga and Raj Yoga. The fusion, the link, and the fusion of the two, the samyam of the two is Kriya Yoga. As a matter of fact, the Kriya Yoga is mentioned in Patanjali, it is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. And as you will see in my documentary, which will be shown to you sometime tomorrow or day after that, where the consciousness, where your soul consciousness resides and where it takes flight into eternity. So what is the state of a yogi in highest samadhi? So I have described the state. Feel it carefully. वहाँ ध्यानन स्थानन नादन बिंद, वहाँ ध्यानन स्थानन नादन बिंद, आकाश नहीं वहाँ काल कहाँ, सब शून्य अशून्य का हैपन है, ईश्वर भी निरंकार वहाँ। अलख निरंजन ओम शिवो, अलख निरंजन ओम शिवो. So he says, in that place there is no time, no place, nor causation. There is no time-space continuum. वहाँ ध्यान स्थान नादन बिंद. There is no bursting of the primeval atom. All is the silence. All is the peace that passeth all understanding. The ineffable silence. Even God is formless here. He has no shape. He is without form. So this is the final state, that where you are absorbed in supreme bliss. Now when we, on the way to getting to these stages, of course, you'll ask me, Gurunath, this is very advanced, it's very high, you've told us all the four yogas, the Karma Yoga, the Bhakti Yoga, Gyan Yoga and Raj Yoga, which is the technological yoga, which is known as the lightning path, which I'm going to teach you tomorrow, which brings you a state of Tadeko Vashishta Shiva Kevaloham. Tadeko Vashishta Shiva Kevaloham, Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Tadeko Vashishta Shiva Kevaloham, Tadeko Vashishta Shiva Kevaloham, Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham, Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. It takes you to the state, but on the way, I'm going to do a lot of healing. So I want your subconscious mind to be open. When I do the transmissions, that's why I'm asking that while I give you the initiation, I will be doing healing transmissions simultaneously. Aye. But don't let the tail wag the dog instead of the dog wagging the tail. Don't focus on the healing, focus on God, focus on the Shiva Shakti, the spiritual technique. Healing will take place automatically. Be aware of the healing, but don't give it importance over the spiritual aspect. Don't give your body more importance than your soul. Tomorrow is the soul program. It is a soul satsang, solely for you. So don't mistake your soul for the soul. That's what I'm trying to say. Your body is the soul and your Atma is the soul. So don't mistake the sole of your foot for the soul of your soul. That's what life, that is the great mistake you make. Please put this down in quotable quotes. Don't mistake the soul of your soul for the soul of your soul. Don't mistake the sole of your foot for the soul of your soul. So the sole of your foot is the apparent man, your physical body, and the soul of your soul is the true man, true spirit, the true Atma which you are. Of course, which we shall try to separate in these satsangs which we have as we go along tomorrow. I want it to be relaxed yet intense. This is the greatest, thing, the task before me. That I have to give you the intensive. This is an intensive 2-day, and yet see that you're relaxed to receive this. Tonight there will be an effort to work and to relax your motor sensory nerves, your astral body, all the nadis. This will be the endeavor. And what is the time now? Is there any clock here? It's 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
It's 9 after.
9 after 10. Okay. Now, I am going to conclude the satsang. I want you all to feel comfortable and as a family, because if you don't feel comfortable, you will hinder my work, because I'm not only working on you by talking to you externally. As I talk to you externally during these 2.5 days, I'll be silently, with the resonant frequency of my voice, be working on your chakras, cleansing your chakras, working on your astral body, evolving the spiritual body, dissolving the mental negativity. I'll be doing all this. So the more relaxed you are, you will feel this happening. So tonight, there may be dreams, there may be incidences, there may be a good sleep, whatever it is, because the work of the energy has started, and you will feel these energies, these spiritual states, these going into different dimensions, or you may not feel it. Please be relaxed and open, because there's an intense, ceaseless work. It appears that the satsangs are intermittent. You know what intermittent is? On and off. What do you call it? What do you call on and off? Ceaseless is ongoing, right? And when you have a break and continue and break and continue, what do you call it? What?
Intermittent.
Intermittent. There you go. Okay. So they are not intermittent. The work is ceaseless. What's the word?
Ceaseless.
What's another word for ceaseless?
Never ending.
Huh?
Continuous.
Continuous. Ever flowing. Ever flowing. Like a stream. So it depends, but your subconscious mind will be intermittent. So the work will appear to be as intermittent. Because your subconscious mind, what's the nature? It will close and it will open. It will close and it will open. Then you say, the Guru's just giving me transmission for some time, and the rest of the time I don't feel it. But this will be a healing process. In the night, tomorrow will be the transmission. Before we end the satsang, I don't want to hurry and end it, because anybody tired, raise your hands. And those who are tired can go to bed. Those who are not can stay on. I don't want you to be tired for tomorrow. If you're tired, please relax. Go to bed. Those who want to stay on, I would have question answers now from everybody. Question answers. I'll try to answer them briefly. Yes, you can give me the flowers, the beautiful flowers. Is that the question or what?
I'll give you this and then you let me ask you a question.
Okay. In the neck. Put it around the neck. Then, okay. So what does it say? Just as the night is heavy on the lamp, just as the night is heavy on the flame, so also the darkness is heavy on the soul of man. But if he is determined and undaunted, victory shall always be his. For wherever there is light, darkness shall be not. Shamma pe raat. Shamma means the flame. Raat is the night. Shamma pe raat hai bhari jis tarah सारी जिंदगी हमने गुजारी है उस तरह. How many people understood what I'm saying? Raise your hands. Not bad. Did you understand? Do you speak Hindi?
Yeah.
So you didn't understand?
Yeah.
So you didn't raise your hands? Paining, shoulder paining?
No.
Okay. Maybe you're too old. Yes, who's asking? Yes, ask.
Okay.
Shoot.
After a simple meditation, the body starts to sway. I mean, I don't know if it's just a feeling or it's something, but the body sways in, like a pendulum on the side or in the front like this. Why does that happen?
That's because you get engrossed. Manua magan hua. Manua magna jab ho jata hai. When you get engrossed, you sway. You know? Do you sway this way or do you sway this way?
It's both ways. Either
Okay.
it's this way or it's in the front way.
So it's a talita, and this will all stop as you progress in your sadhana. I don't know what sadhana you've done or how much. Maybe these are teething problems, like when a little baby is born and it's teething problems, his ears grow long, it has loose motions, some day it's crying, the other day it's happening, it's happy, it has mood fluctuations. The yogi in my life, since I have this day, I've never had a mood fluctuation. The meditation or the samadhi has always been good and steady. I don't have variation of mood. It's the same all the time. Otherwise, how can I constantly give you the no mind, the sole consciousness of no mind, with exact precision? Because the well-made mind is the true self. It is consciousness. So that will stop. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you doing Kriya Yoga?
Oh no, I was just long time back. I just used to.
So you've left meditation now. What do you do now?
Not really.
You do Kriya. Where you took Kriya? Okay. Hamsacharya Rudra Sen has given you the Kriya. Hamsacharya Rudra. Okay, so now I'll give you the empowerment of this Kriya tomorrow. You come for that. Next question. Yes, Mary. Now, a person would scratch their head when they don't understand the question. So what question didn't you understand? Or was it just a bug or something? Yes. Next question. Yes, who hasn't asked so far? You. Okay.
Are we all in a dream?
Yes? We are all in a dream. One great yogi was asked. As a matter of fact, it was the great Jnanavatar Sri Yukteswar. He was asked that how does it feel after death, since you have been into the highest samadhi, the nirvikalpa, nirbij samadhi, and your body lay lifeless and dead. How does it feel in the highest state of samadhi? So Sri Yukteswar told him, firstly, this is not the highest state of samadhi. I will show you another highest state of samadhi. But your question is, how does it feel after death? After death, it feels like waking up from a dream into a nightmare for the bad of us. From a dream into heaven for the good of us. And from a dream into another dream for the ordinary of us. Because unless you break the bonds of relativity, you go beyond the unified field. How many of you heard of the unified field theory? That all is all, protile and one. Unless you can transcend that in the Dharmamekh Samadhi, you will not know what is the truth. So your question was, how does it feel after death, right? It feels like waking up from a dream. When you die, you feel like waking up from a dream and going into another dream or state of awakened awareness. If you are evolved and meditate and do what you're doing now, you'll go into a higher sphere of consciousness. For all these lives and deaths are the ascent of consciousness into subtler and subtler realms of divinity till you get to the God essence which lies at the core of your own being. It is the ascent of consciousness about which the whole story Your life story is about the ascent of your soul from physical matter to the rarest of lightless light and then into reality. But to break relativity, you've got to make an intense effort, which is at a much later stage. So first you've got to start with the breathing. You must do at least 6 hours. Come on, I mean, if you want to get somewhere. Now you're going to ask me that how are we going to do that? We'll start from 3 hours. Oh no, that's too much time. We'll split it. 1.5 in the morning, 1.5 in the this. Oh no, that's too much. Well then come on. You do 1 hour a day. No excuses. Cut yourself off from the world and make a beginning. Make a start now. And everything will flow into the other. Yes. Next. Yes.
What do you, could you give more of an explanation of what you mean when you say that humanity is our only religion?
You see, religion comes from the word religere, meaning to bind, to unify, to combine. Now we have found that we have landed up on this planet as human beings with 2 legs, 2 hands, a nose, a pair of eyes, and a pair of ears, and we are known as the Cro-Magnon species of Homo sapien, known as the human beings, humana. So a collective humana is bound to one another by the word called humanity. Is that right? Does it make sense? You can't deny your humanity, or you can't call yourself a horse or something, or you can't call yourself a rabbit. We are here for good or bad, we are together in the same boat. It's up to us whether we make it the chariot of fire which takes us to heaven, or the Titanic which sinks us to hell. It's you and I who have to decide. And therefore, being human beings, our common factor is human being. The common factor which binds us together as human beings.